How you doing, guys? How are things? So, as promised, we're doing a review on this knife here today, which is the Broc Kephart. So Davey, is a friend of mine. I've kind of been getting knives off Davey from, I suppose, day one when he started making knives. He's a premium knife maker here in Ireland, and this is his take. It's a new range of knives that he's doing. I believe it's called the M series. Yeah, the M series. So the idea is to make a custom knife more affordable. So he hasn't cut anything in quality. So straight off the bat, it's a 5-inch blade. It's a Kephart design. Guys, you know how I feel about Kephart designs. The Genesis is probably my favourite bushcraft. Not probably, it is my favourite bushcraft knife of all time. The Larry Roberts Gen 6, it's a 6-inch Kephart. I love that knife too. They have a 5-inch blade out now as well. But anyhow, the Kephart design, it's a fantastic design for bushcraft stroke survival. This one is 01 steel, 3mm thick, 5-inch blade. So it's very much in accordance to the original design by Horace Kephart. Now Horace Kephart, he wrote a great book, Camping and Woodcraft. It's in 2 kind of volumes, and this is the design that he chose as a good bushcraft knife. Now, people's opinions vary, and whatever you make work for you is the best system for you. What I will say, I would have no reservations using this as a survival knife. When I say survival knife, I mean it's the one tool that you have nothing else to function with. But this knife was designed as part of a system, and the Kephart system would have been a belt axe or a tomahawk, this knife, and he offered it in 2 sizes, a 4-inch blade and a 5-inch blade, and a small type jackknife. Now I do know in his pack he also always carried the pliers, so I'm guessing if we were having a modern take on a Kephart style system, it would be, you know, a small forest axe or a tomahawk, a knife like this, and more than likely my thinking would be a Leatherman, because he always championed a pair of pliers, and you still have your folding knife in it. So I can never really give a review on a knife within a day or 2. It's not fair. Now I will point out, Davey gave me this. He sent this down to me as a present to have a test of it, and you know, he said, be honest about it, there's no problem. So I'm going to be brutally honest about it. I love this knife. It's great. Now this knife is coming in at Garber type money, okay? And it's just what's not to like about this knife. It's super comfortable in the hand, G10 scales, lanyard hole, full tang, 90-degree spine, 01 tool steel. What I did do on it, because I'm not a huge fan of a 0 ground Scandi, I always put a tiny little micro bevel on my edges because I use them fairly hard. So we'll do a little bit of battening here anyhow and see how we get on. Then we'll strike a ferro rod. There's not a whole lot to tell you about this because it's a proven design, and definitely one of my favourites. Incidentally, it comes with a fantastic Kydex sheet, and you really get very secure purchase in this. It's in there now, and it's not falling out. So at that kind of Garber type money, and this will, you know, handle wrist thick type timber all day long, and even a little bit more. I personally think a 5-inch blade is the minimum that you want to function as a survival knife. You know, you need 5 inches. It has to be carbon tool steel. I firmly believe that, and a 90-degree spine on it is so advantageous, not just for striking ferro rods, but you know, things like scraping fat wood. You can see it scraping here, for tinder ignition. It's also very good for descaling fish. So, like, I mean, this is a knife that I personally, I'd have no reservations using this in any scenario, to be perfectly honest with you. I really do like the 5-inch blade. I think when you're battening, it gives you that extra inch gives you a great advantage when battening, you know. And the 3mm thick 1/8 of an inch, that's kind of sticks to the original design that Kephart designed. It was 1/8 of an inch thick, which is thereabouts 3mm. So you can see it cuts great, great for notching, anything like that. Now we're going to try it on a ferro rod. I'm going to make some feathers there, and I'm going to try and strike some tinder, but I just want to see how it scrapes on a ferro rod. I have processed game with this as well, pigeon and stuff like that for the hogs, and it's great. It just does everything. So, and I'm just moving down along the spine, up and down. There's no part on this that it's not striking a ferro rod. So I'm going to come back to you in a minute. I just want to get a few bits together and I'll talk to you in a sec. So guys, we've feathered up some of this wood here. We've put a few photos in it. There's no point in boring you watching me making feathers. We've a little bit of string here that we've processed down, jute twine. We've processed it down. It's great for taking a strike, and I always carry jute twine on me, as I've told you guys umpteen times. But we're going to give this a little strike. Now, one thing I've noticed, and I've noticed when I'm teaching people striking ferro rods or firecrafts or whatever, and this happens especially around fire. People get panicky when they make fire. They develop an ignition and the knife is strewn somewhere in the bushes. And I've seen someone kneeling on a knife once upon a time as a result of that. So when you strike your knife, when you get an ember with friction fire, the place for your knife is back in its sheath, that it's safe, and ideally, other than making a video, I would have that on my belt. But at least back in the sheath and somewhere safe, okay? So we're just going to give this a little strike. There we go. So that's my initial impressions. I've used this knife almost extensively for the last 3 weeks. I really like it. Insofar as, and thank you kindly, Dave, for giving me such a beautiful present. But that said, if it hadn't have been a good knife, the video would have never appeared, and I would have returned the knife to Davey. That's how I roll. I'm not going to put anybody's work or handiwork down. I just wouldn't do a video about it. But this knife is great, and like I said, at Garborg money, like, I mean, what's not to like about this knife? I use it a lot. And I really like this 5-inch blade. You know, it's not just me to say it, a lot of people say that, but a 5-inch blade is where it's that kind of sweet spot between a bushcraft knife and a survival knife. And would I use this as a survival knife? Yes, I would. I would be quite confident that I could survive in the woods with this and nothing else. The build integrity is strong enough, and I could work away with this quite happily. And why I like a 5-inch blade or 6-inch blade as a survival knife, there's a good chance that you're going to have that on you. Now, you know, you've heard me preaching this time and time again, but you know, the majority of people that find themselves in a survival scenario are people that have gone out fishing for a few hours, or they've gone out for a stalk on a deer or something like that, and that's another. That's going to put me down another rabbit hole altogether. The amount of people who have deer stalking nowadays and don't even bring a knife is phenomenal, working on the basis that one of their pals will have a knife. Any man or woman that goes into the countryside in the pursuit of country sports, whether it be fishing, whatever, they should have a knife on them at any given time. And without a knife, you know, if you ask me, you're looking for trouble. This is a tool. Okay, let's forget about all the rubbish that we hear about weapons and blah blah blah. This is a tool, this is a survival tool. It allows you to make implements to enhance your survivability, whether that be shelter, whether that is making implements for trapping, but this will get you out of a pinch. So anyhow guys, we probably gonna do a bit on trapping or something next week, because we've pretty much exhausted ourselves with knives now over the last while. But well done on Davey. We're going to put a link in the description box there to Davey's website. Now he does, and I'll close on this, there are a couple of different variants that he does in this M series, but I highly recommend them. Like I said, I've used this heavily. It's, even after the battening there today, it's slicing skin off my tongue there, you know. So guys, thanks for stopping by, and hopefully we'll see you with a video next week. Take care guys.